Hello, this is me using Battle Brothers as a way to have like a starting step for a campaign. It probably isn't too interesting for people that have never played Battle Brother. I can only recommend the game very highly, but well, you need the game to use this as a setup. So I assume you have like some familiarity with like the general mechanics of the game and how it works. To do this, like obviously you could just like play a normal campaign and then grind yourself through the campaign and maybe use your campaign you played as an inspiration. But I want to specifically use an undiscovered map, which I'm like slightly discovering for the purpose of this campaign starter. So to make it easier to like, explore stuff in the beginning, I used the Quick Start mod, which basically allows you to sheet in a bunch of equipment at the beginning of the game. As far as I know, there are no like sheets for Battle Brothers, so this is the way I used to sheet in stuff in the beginning. So I have, I don't have to like grind myself and play a regular game because I just want to use it as a setup for a potential D&D whatever fantasy campaign. Okay, the basic idea is I loaded up a save. I started up a save. I obviously start near a settlement, and my idea was to follow the roads from that settlement until I have met every end of a road, in the sense that I followed the road to all new settlements. If the starting settlement would have had more roads outgoing, I would have explored them as well, but in this case there's only one road. And I've already done that, so you don't have to watch me smash in a bunch of thugs and other stuff. That was a little annoying, but I had to do that. So in this case we have this road in the beginning. It's only a single one from Waldfeste. It splits into two, and then it splits again into two again. It leads us to Senkburg, to Wiese, to Dunenhafen, and in the end we also have discovered Thunenstetten and Kabira. We even get like some region names. Maybe I should have explored like a little bit more into this region. This was just an accident with like me misclicking and discovering this location. Obviously, like if you would like to explore some nearby location, that's fine as well. But for me, like the main goal is to have like a setup with like a few settlements, and for the wilderness around, I'm not sure if I would use Battle Brothers. It's obviously an option, but for now I'm focusing on like setting up some settlements. And the reason I'm following like this road is the idea is you are from the settlement, or maybe like you arrive in the settlement, and the nearby towns and or settlements are what the people inside this town can tell you from rumors and stuff. So let's begin. We have our first settlement. Where is it? Here. I believe it was Waldfeste. Okay, and for Waldfeste, we see it is a large military settlement, so like a castle, and in this case we check for the noble house, which is in this case called Haus Niedergard. Castle of Niedergard, and maybe we can also implement their houses. That might also be like an interesting. So we have like Haus Niedergard, which is made up of the 4 people, the Baron Balduin, then we have Baron Hakon, then we have Hanke, and lastly we have Elmar. And let's quickly do that as well for the other houses. So the other houses would be, I'm not sure if we discovered Grauwald yet. I don't think there's, I don't think so. So maybe let's keep them away. But we have discovered one settlement of House Beringer, and that is made up of Thorsten von Beringer, then we have Helmar, then we have, wait, another Helmar. I guess we might need another name, or we have 2 Helmars. Well, let's see, Helmar, and fourth we have Erwin. And I believe they are counted all Baron and all, is it Baron, these were counts, right? And this is just like, oh, this is mixed. Interesting, okay. I didn't knew this before. I mostly played Battle Brothers for like the cool combat and stuff and didn't really read any flavor things. It was like nice seeing it, but I didn't really read any events besides like mechanical effects. So apparently not all. Okay, so we named them all Baron, and then these are Count, Duke, Baron. I'm not sure if we're going to use that, but let's write it down for now. Count, Duke, Baron, I guess. Okay. And I believe the game is not doing that. I might be wrong. In the sense of like assigning specific cities certain people. I don't think so, but that's something we might want to do. So let's continue on with our starting settlement. It's Castle of Haus Niedergard. Then we see it has a blast furnace. So I guess they're doing some iron working. It has barracks, so some military presence, and it has an arrow, cast shed, and I believe that is it. I'm not sure if we want to also add the watchtower, because it's already present on the map, but we also have a herbalist grove. Did I miss anything? An armorer is also in town. Armorer, Fletcher, a weaponsmith. Fletcher. And lastly a tavern. And I believe we should also quickly check for rumors. So the starting rumor is if it's adventure you seek, there's a place called Burglar's Encampment on the hills southwest of here. So we have one Burglar's Encampment in the hills southwest. And then we spotted something on our way here, hidden way of the road on the hills not far southwest of Waldfeste. So this place, don't know what the locals call it or if they even know about it, but it might be worth going back there. west. The road. Let's continue. The same. Okay, I believe we got all the rumors from this place. Let's skip to the next settlement. Let's go to Dunenhafen. Okay, it's a small fishing village. And is it even a fishing village? It's definitely, it has a harbor. Let's start, okay. It's a village. The game has like 3 tiers of settlements, and I believe it's a tier 2 village. I'm not sure if like you want to use this. For now I will just like note it down as a village, and then we can see further. Like obviously we could like connect the size in the game with like maybe population size or something, but for now I will only differentiate between like let's call them civilian settlements and like military settlements. Okay, Dunenhafen. It's village of Niedergard, I believe, right? Niedergard again? Okay. It has 2 characters. It has a harbor. Then we see it has a tavern and a barber. And it has a barber. If you wanted to, you could also go here and select some rumors, but with like this campaign supposedly starting at Waldfeste, probably doesn't make too much sense to like check for rumors in different cities. And then we got Dunenhafen, and then let's go with Kabira. Kabira is of the free city of Kabira. Okay. Kabira. And Kabira has 2 gold pens. What's it here? 2 gold pens. I believe 2, what about this? Plantations. I believe they are fig plantations. And what does it say? Incense dryer. Spell it? Yep. And inside the town it has an armorer, an alchemist, a temple, and weapons. On to the next town we have Thunstedt. Right? Okay, it's a village. Now that I'm seeing like the different size, let's call them. Like this is obviously smaller than. No, it's the same size as Dunenhafen, right? It just has a little smaller, just like the nearby buildings. So let's call this like a town. This is a village, and if we, I don't think I have discovered, but if we find it like tier 3 settlement, we will call it a city. So let's go back. This is a city. Then we have what did I call it? A town, right? A town. And this is what? A village, right? This is a village, and this village has a winery. I believe it has a winery. inside it has a tavern. On to the next town, the last of the House Niedergard, and Wiese. Wiese is also a village. And it has an orchard. And I believe... oh, and some wheat fields. And lastly, inside it has a temple. And now for our last settlement, the Senkburg. Which is the castle of... what were they called? They were called Haus Berengar. Okay. And they have nearby a herbalist grove and a leather tanner. And inside they have an armor, a temperate weapon. Smiths. I believe this should be it. And yeah, we obviously have like a map that would be like presented to the players in this sense. If you want to like further be like inspired by the map you have generated, you could also like explore the map further. And like in this case, where I accidentally discovered a location and do stuff like that. I feel like this works quite well as a seed for a small little adventure, maybe even a campaign. Like find some reason for your players to be out here in the open. Maybe, I don't know, they were like came into conflict with the noble house here, their local baron or whatever, and now they have to leave town, or in this case the castle, and do I don't know what. It's for you to come up with. I think one thing I mentioned earlier, which we could do now as well, is add the specific nobles to the locations, with like all of them being barons. Maybe they're like equal in rank, and this is like they're like old family lands that it's more like a federation than a kingdom, or like one entity. Or maybe one could also think of it as like one former ruler that like ruled all these cities or like villages, and when the ruler passed away, their children inherited. Oh, one thing, I believe might be a mod for it, but like normal Battle Brothers, they are only male characters, so it would be up to you to exchange any of the nobles, or maybe if you want to use your generated bros, then yeah, you would have to either make insert some female characters into it, or you would I believe there's a mod for it, but I don't know if it affects the noble houses. It will definitely give like yourself the ability to have like female bros, but I don't know if it also affects the noble house characters. We can also, like, for the free city of Kabira, which we encountered, where was it? We could add the nobles to it. Not the nobles, but like the political people there. What do we have here? Utman ibn Sabti, and then we have, they're all visors of. We have two visors, and then we have two non-visors. not sure if these are like the beginnings of Barney to Barney, if they're the titles or not, but yeah. Weiser. To be honest, I'm not too familiar. Same. Great. Yeah, I have to check this stuff myself. So the game just calls them Weiser, and then I believe these are only like names and not titles. So let's go with that. So we have in our free city of Kabira the Weiser of Trade. Not too familiar with the title Vizier, but isn't it like some kind of advisor? So I would assume there would have to be a ruler to be advised, but we will go. Let's for now go with that and maybe adjust. Then we have Zahiri al-Tabaa. And then we have Advisor of Treasury, I believe. And then we have Albani al-Qasim. And then we have Ubaid I forgot Al-Bari. Now I'm confused again. Isn't Aldi, doesn't it describe from where you are? But I believe this is like inspired by Arabic, but I don't know if the developers actually know any Arabic or if this is like just based on Arabic names without actually understanding what they were used for, so I'm not too sure. But I think I would like to add just this, because this Weiser thing, I might be wrong, but I understand it as being like formative advisor. So let's call them like maybe the Grow Aid Council, and then we have this is like the Councilor of Trade, Councilor of Trade, and this is like the Councilor of Treasury, and maybe these are like your mayors or your like council elder. Maybe they are all council elders. These are two of like of trade, of treasury, and this is like council eldest. And let's call this guy. What's it? And this is like maybe council. I don't know. Maybe they are co-eldest. I don't know. That's what did the other cities get? Let's see. I believe they have like a Grand Vizier. And we have Vizier of Trade. I believe there was another function, right? Of War. Treasury. Let's make them like the Councilor of War. So we have like like 4 councillors with a specific function, and then we have the council eldest, and maybe they are like junior members on this council. And this is something that like you might have to figure out. Maybe we want to do it before a campaign, or maybe when the campaign starts. But I think it's like a pretty good start with. You have like your few beginning settlements. Another thing you might want to do, which maybe I should do it in this video, is see what the travel distances are. So let's begin like in the morning. Okay, so let's assume we begin from morning, and then we'd maybe travel to Vises, because so we have like a idea how long it takes by road. which is like still in the same day, afternoon. Let's hope we don't get a combat and run away from the brigands. God damn it. Yeah, a little annoying, but I guess we'll have to do. Yeah, I guess this squire of mine will get slaughtered, and we sadly have to go through a combat, which I hope to avoid in this video, but I guess that's not possible. There have been a few combat encounters, which I have not been too happy about. So maybe I should have stayed in the road, so at least don't have to endure like all this woods movement. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite helpful to have like a cheated to max level bro and also like basically infinite cash. Okay, we are like afternoon. It seems to me like it will take almost a day, basically a full day to get to Wiese and Senckenburg. Yeah, I have to say, despite playing quite a bit of Battle Brothers, I wasn't familiar with like how long these distances are. So if this is a day, let's call this a day. We could also call like this a day, and this a day. And this is like maybe, I don't know, half a day, I don't know. Something like that. So I think we're quite well set up for like to start a campaign. The players wanted to explore like maybe from here, go into the mountains. Well, we already generated like the rumors here, so we know I would have to check, but I believe it's set to the southwest in the hills. And so in this region we also know there are hills, so the players could explore here. It might also be worth it to, despite like going against what I said originally, of only exploring like around the roads and finding the next settlements. It might be worth it to explore a little more around our starting points, so we at least have the terrain down here, which I'm going to do now as well. So we can see here should be, I believe, hills, right? I can't find them. Maybe these are the hills. And this is probably the bandit thing that was mentioned in the rumor. So I believe let's escape them. Okay. So we even found even more terrain around us, which is fun. So we can see that I assume the sea line will go something like this. We have this large mountain range, another mountain range, and in between them, in the pass between them, we have our starting settlement. And then I guess it's a bunch of wilderness around here. We have quite a lot of woods. We have like some swampy area. I feel like this is like a great way to start a campaign. I would certainly be happy to try it out. I hope you found this interesting as well. I believe I previously, like maybe 2 weeks ago, I started playing Battle Brothers again, and I believe when I last played it, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago, I was at least like fascinated by the idea how certain aspects of the game could fit in neatly with like a D&D-esque campaign. So I made this video. Bye, I hope you enjoyed it.